The result of the play is a safety. That 2 points will count, and by rule, there is no extension, so the game is over.
Football has always had an important role in American sports and culture that has only continued to grow in popularity over time, taking on a bigger audience worldwide, with the adrenaline rush created for fans and non-fans alike. From the early years of the NFL being created and its evolution over time, we're counting down 8 of the smartest big-brain plays in NFL history. The Immaculate Reception, 1972. The Immaculate Reception game is the iconic match which featured the Pittsburgh Steelers hosting the Oakland Raiders on December 23, 1972. The Raiders were up by the slimmest of margins, 7-6 over the Steelers, and it seemed like they'd got the game in the bag. But as the saying goes, it's never too late to make a comeback. With less than 30 seconds left to play and no timeouts, the Steelers had the ball on their own 40-yard line. Quarterback Terry Bradshaw made a pass downfield, and the ball ricocheted over to fullback player Franco Harris out of sheer brilliant luck, which made this pass all the more worth the risk. This game goes down as one of the craziest plays in NFL history. The Steelers ended up winning the game 13-7 due to the Immaculate Reception, with the iconic moment being sealed in the minds of generations to come. Miracle at the Meadowlands, 1978. One man's error is another man's miracle. This iconic moment shows how damaging Butterfingers can be, and no, we're not talking about the snack bar. The miracle at the Meadowlands occurred on November 19, 1978. The New York Giants were in control of the game and only had to wait for the final minute of the clock to secure a victory. Giants quarterback Joe Pisarcik made a historic fumble in the attempted handoff, and cornerback Herm Edwards of the Philadelphia Eagles showed an incredible presence of mind, scooped up the gift fumble like it struck gold, racing into the end zone untouched for the shocking win. From that point forward, when teams are in a similar situation, they go to the victory formation, no risks and no regrets. Teams always keep one player at the back, just to make sure the same scenario doesn't happen again. The Catch, 1982. It was January 10, 1982, and it was the NFC Championship game between the San Francisco 49ers and the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys had a 27-21 lead in the final minutes of the game, knowing that the 49ers would have to drive 89 yards to score the winning touchdown. Quarterback Joe Montana confidently led the 49ers down the field, taking them to the Cowboys' 6-yard line with only 58 seconds left in the game. With only 58 seconds left in the game, Montana wanted to hit Cowboys wide receiver Freddie Solomon, but that didn't work out, so he scrambled to look for another target. Wide receiver Dwight Clark was working his way back towards the rear end zone, where Montana threw a pass that nobody but him could possibly catch. In an incredibly magical moment, Clark jumped up as high as he could, hauling the pass in to score the winning touchdown, and the catch became a truly historic moment for not just the 49ers and the NFL, but worldwide football history. The Drive, 1987. Not all smart decisions have to result in a grand victory. Some little moments of pure genius, like The Drive, show how you can help your team in the long run with just a little quick thinking. This iconic game was played on January 11, 1987, at the Cleveland Municipal Stadium. Cleveland had just scored and were up 20-13 with around 5 minutes left in the game. Broncos quarterback John Elway led his team 98 yards to tie the game with 37 seconds left in regulation in a span of 5 minutes and 2 seconds. This comeback allowed the Broncos, who'd given up all hope, to get their spirits up once again, raging into the arena to give it their all in the overtime play. Fortune favors the bold, and Denver won the game in overtime by making a 33-yard field goal, pulling off a 23-20 win over the Cleveland Browns. Elway and his team spanned almost all of the 100-yard football field throughout the game, making the Browns dance in confusion as they failed to figure out the big brain strategy orchestrated by Elway. In the legend's own words, the Broncos had the Browns right where they wanted them. Bills' complete greatest comeback win in NFL history, 1993. Frank Reich, the king of football comebacks, led the Buffalo Bills to an unlikely yet badass comeback win against the Houston Oilers in a wild-card playoff game on January 3, 1993. Reich pushed the Bills to take a 38-35 lead in the fourth quarter, only to see the Oilers come back and tie the game just before the end. Any other team would have been really bummed about this, but not the Bills. In overtime, Bills safety Henry Jones intercepted a pass, setting the Bills up in a field goal position. Place kicker Steve Christie kicked the winning field goal, and the Bills ended up winning 41-38 in overtime. This wasn't Reich's first dramatic comeback though. In 1984, while at the University of Maryland, Reich also led a similar game against the University of Miami, and Reich put together a dynamic second half to lead his team to a 42-40 win. Music City Miracle 2000. There must be something in the water when the Buffalo Bills face the Houston Oilers or the Tennessee Titans. When these two teams get together, you better stay in your seats until the final gun goes off. In a wildcard AFC playoff game on January 8, 2000, the visiting Buffalo Bills had just scored on a 41-yard field goal by Steve Christie to take a 16-15 lead with only 16 seconds left in the game. All the Bills had to do was intercept the return man, get their attack mode on, and then knock down the opposition, and they would advance to the next round of the playoffs. Instead, the Titans ran a trick play with a lateral or forward pass that will probably be argued over for decades to come. In a twist of karma, the Titans won the game in a mind-boggling victory that came out of nowhere, proving that a game between the Bills and the Titans promises to deliver high on the entertainment chart. Giants wreck Patriots' perfect season 2007. The undefeated New England Patriots were just one step away from matching the Miami Dolphins' perfect 1972 season. All that remained was to defeat the New York Giants in Super Bowl XLII in 2007, and the Patriots would remake history. In fact, they would have won 2 more games than the Dolphins did. The Patriots had already defeated the Giants 38-35 in the final regular season game of the season, which demonstrated how evenly matched the two teams were. Which is why it was super shocking that the Giants were 12-point underdogs coming into the game. Everyone was so sure that the Patriots had the game in the bag, but not so fast. The Giants proved their determination with a jaw-dropping scramble by quarterback Eli Manning, where he somehow escaped the Patriots' rushers that had him in their grasp, making an unpredictable pass down the field. A remarkable play for a remarkable game. Manning then floated a pass to wide receiver Plaxico Burress in the end zone with 35 seconds left to play, and the Giants had completed their 17-14 comeback win. What's even more interesting is the fact that in the 2 games played between these top 2 teams that season, both scored an identical number of points, 52-52, against each other. How wild is that? The Helmet Catch 2008. A great pair of hands has long been regarded as a wide receiver's best asset, but when the entire game and fate of an entire roster is on the line, anything can be a great help, even a good helmet apparently. It was Super Bowl XXII, with the undefeated New England Patriots clinging to a 4-point lead after wide receiver Randy Moss made a touchdown catch from quarterback Tom Brady with around 2.5 minutes left to go in the game. Giants wide receiver David Tyree made a catch with his helmet, a genius act made in an intense situation. The catch was amazing, but the play as a whole was stupendous. Tyree went to the sky, battling safety Rodney Harrison. Tyree grabbed the ball with both hands, but Harrison swiped it away and knocked it loose. Somehow, some way, Tyree was able to keep hold of the ball with just his right hand and pin the pigskin to his helmet before securing it with both hands. It ended up as a 32-yard gain, a third down conversion with 58 seconds left that got the Giants a historic win. It was Eli Manning's escape from a previous match and Tyree's iconic helmet catch that lived on and continued to be celebrated as the 2 most important weapons that allowed the Giants to steal the Super Bowl XXLI crown from the Patriots. That's a wrap for the 8 smartest big brain plays from NFL history. Which of these moments was your favorite? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.